Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and I've noticed a trend that I'm starting with videos where I want to shoot a video right after I get out of the shower because I don't know why, but it's very apropos for this video, considering that cleanliness is next to godliness, and I'm going to talk about the new collector's edition Blu-ray release of Deadly Blessing from Scream Factory. And Deadly Blessing is a story of a odd religious sect called the Hittites, who are kind of like the Amish, but not really. One character in the film says that the Hittites make the Amish look like swingers. So there you go. And it's kind of an odd story of this Hittite sect is led by Ernest Borgnine's character Isaiah. His eldest son leaves the flock to marry this woman and become a modern sort of farming family. The Hittites, like the Amish, don't believe in any kind of modern technology or anything. They farm by hand, etc., etc. Everything that's not strictly on par with their religion is the incubus. All about the incubus. They're all about the incubus, the Hittites. Not a lot of mention of the devil in this. Their enemy is the incubus. And so yeah, murder is afoot. All sorts of weird stuff going on. We've got a young Sharon Stone popping up in here. It is one of the early Wes Craven film. I saw the movie probably, years and years ago, originally on VHS, and really enjoyed the movie the first time I saw it. I really thought that it was an unsung Wes Craven movie, and it's not quite as good as I remember, but it's still good. It's got this really creepy, odd atmosphere about the movie. It was shot in Texas, I think either during the fall or the winter, and there's just a really cool atmosphere. It's very bleak looking, it's very desolate looking. The cinematography is very good, considering that it was a very low budget movie from the early 80s. But yeah, there's just a lot of really odd, there's just an odd sort of feel about the movie that really adds to it. There's a great scene in a barn with Sharon Stone. That's really well done. There's a scene in a bathtub with a snake that is really well done. It's really sort of a straightforward murder mystery that's taken into this, that happens in this very odd religious landscape. And it's very well done. I have to say that it's very well done. I don't think it's a great flick by any stretch of the imagination. It is pretty good. It's definitely something that horror fans, I think, should see. Wes Craven fans should definitely see if you haven't seen this movie, because it had only been out on VHS officially. There were bootlegs and stuff floating around, but this is the first official release. It's not been the standard VHS release in the United States, so definitely this is worth picking up, just by those standards alone, to be honest with you. If you are a fan of the film, there are really cool special features on here. We get an interview with actress Susan Buckner, talking about her on set, and it's kind of a nice interview with her. Not very long, but very in depth. Some pretty interesting stuff there. We have an interview with the writers Glenn M. Benast and Matthew Barr, talking about the inception of the film. The years of rewriting that they did on the film before they finally got it into production. They talked about Wes Craven. Talked about a lot of on-set stuff, which was actually really interesting. Talked about the sets, and really interesting conversation with those two. Really enjoyed that. There's also an interview with Michael Berryman that's actually not listed on the back of this disc, where he talks about his relatively small role in the film, and a lot of the apparently there was a lot of catfighting on the set between the young actresses, and so that was pretty interesting. There's also an interview with the, and it's actually not listed on here, on the back here either, with the special effects guy who worked for Dom Post Studios back in the 80s, who created the incubus creature that pops up at the end. the ending of the movie is really, really bizarre because it feels very tacked on, because it was tacked on. It was one of those last minute. They wanted to add a boo scare at the very end, a la Carrie, to sort of ramp things up, and leave the audience with a fright. But it's really poorly done. And the creature, I mean, the interview with the guy is really, I don't know why they even did it, to be perfectly honest, because I mean the creature, it's very, very brief, and you really don't get to see the creature very much. And what you do see of the creature, he's not very scary or or formidable looking at all. But yeah, really a head scratcher of a finale on Deadly Blessing. There's also an audio commentary with Wes Craven, which I have not had the opportunity to sit down and watch yet. I've listened to Wes Craven commentaries on like Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think Scream, and maybe another movie, I don't remember. He usually does very interesting commentaries. Of course, he's very well said, very well read. Of course, his background as a teacher, as a college professor, I should say. You can definitely see that come through in his commentary. Very smart, very interesting to listen to. So I do plan on watching the film with his commentary. I just haven't had a chance to get around to it just yet. But all in all, yeah, another just fantastic release from Scream Factory. Lots of good special features. The picture and sound quality, like I said, are both top-notch. Just a few grainy moments here and there in the image quality, but those are few and far between. Yeah, just another excellent release from them. Wow, Scream Factory are just, they're blowing me away. The cover art, fantastic. It does have the reverse cover inside that you can flip around to the original poster art there with that's supposed to be Sharon Stone there. That scene is with Sharon Stone, but it doesn't really look like Sharon Stone. But yeah, just great stuff from Scream Factory. Another fantastic release from them. Like I said, I don't think it's not quite as good as I remember it being, but it's still pretty darn good, and definitely one of those really underrated, I think, Wes Craven movies. So yeah, I would definitely recommend going out and picking up this edition as soon as possible. So yeah, anyway, until next time, you guys take it easy, and peace.